Hey everybody, it's CJ Mean and welcome back to another exciting episode of Street Startups. I'm here as always with my partner Tracy Syfax. How are you, partner?
I'm doing great, CJ, and glad to be back in the house one more time again.
That's it, and we're back with our friend Harold Deloach. Harold, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good there, CJ. How are you?
Awesome. We're so glad we could get you back. Folks, if you were listening when we had Harold on last time, and I hope you were, and if you weren't, go back and listen now.
Absolutely.
Go back because Harold dropped, you talk about dropping some knowledge on people. He really gave us a lesson on choices, right? That choice that we make. And all of us have made it. We hit that stage where we're 18 years old or about that age, and we say, okay, what's next for me? And a lot of times folks are being offered college. A lot of times folks are being offered different opportunities in business or the trades. And, the trades opportunities, not so much anymore. Well, guess what? What we learned last time was that Harold's talking some serious money available in these trades and serious opportunity that doesn't have the debt attached to it that those 4-year, 6-year degrees do. Now, look, you all know Tracy's background and history in the trades. He's been a proponent of this for years now. Fellas, we couldn't have two better folks on this program today to talk about this. Let's pick up where we left off, right? When we last left our heroes, we had just heard why a return on investment in the trades is a wise choice these days. And we talked about the power of getting into those career paths. The chance we didn't get to talk about is the opportunity for ownership that exists in the trades that doesn't exist in these other career paths.
Yeah.
Tracy, let me turn it over to you because you're writing the book on this. You have written the book on this.
Yes.
Give us some insights.
Yes, and I'm glad. And Howard, thanks again for coming back to do the show one more time again. I think that first episode was so important, and I think you just hit, like CJ said, you hit on so many great things, especially when we talk about choice. When people have a choice between going to college for a criminal justice or a psychology degree, or going into the trades, as you have done, as I have done in my careers. And I think one of the things that really caught my attention because, when I think about it, even as a laborer who worked his way up from labor, foreman, mechanic to supervisor when I was a roofer, if I would have stayed, the millions of dollars like he talked about that I would have made. But I left. I left after 2.5 years of learning the trade to start my first business. Within 7 years, grew that business into $1 million operation. So there you are. CJ talked about this. You're not going to get that opportunity in criminal justice reform, even though that's my stick, CJ. I am big on criminal justice reform. I know what we need to do in this country to help those and give those a second chance. But when we start talking about return on investment, when we talking about how we're going to make money and make a living and take care of our families and our community, I think the trades are a valuable option. So I am glad to have you back, Howard, to once again to continue this conversation on choice and return on investment. And I just want you to continue to jump right in, Howard, and just take it right from there of where we left off in the last conversation.
Okay, so you guys are much smarter than me. So,
CJ is.
I don't think so. We'll allow that, but I don't think so.
I got a few strategic questions I want to ask you guys, and I want to ask you about some terms, and I want to talk numbers. And CJ, you're a really smart guy. I want you to sort of help me through this. All right, I got a good term. All right. First of all, what does the term ROI mean? Well, if you had to summarize that really fast.
Return on investment. It means that I have a number of different choices where I can put my time, my energy, and my money, and I need to decide where I'm going to do that. One of the tools I use to decide which choice to make is what's going to be my best return on investment, ROI. Right? I could put my money, if I got $10, I could give it to you and let you use it to grow your business. I could put it in the bank, or I could go spend it. What's going to be the return on investment of either one of those choices that's going to give me the greatest benefit, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Now, I got another question I want to ask you, specifically referencing a term which every high school counselor or college career advisor should be asking the students in front of them. This is a term that they don't use enough. CJ, what is opportunity cost?
Okay. Opportunity cost. We're back in the same pond, right? And when I make a choice, I actually have to make a decision and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give my $10 to Harold and help him grow his business. That means I can't give the $10 to Tracy to help him grow his business. So there's a cost involved. The opportunity cost is what you gave up to make the choice you made. So when I gave my $10 to Harold, I gave up the chance or the opportunity to give my money to Tracy. Boom.
Now, plain simple facts. When you look at the return on investment and you look at the opportunity costs in going to a 4-year degree without a specific smart plan, without doing all your homework, without calculating what the loans are going to cost you over the life of that loan with compounded daily interest, right? The sacrifices that you have to make to obtain those loans, when you compare it to a trade school education, it is so easy to make the decision where your higher return is. Hey, CJ, this is the part where you drop the mic. Okay. Trade school graduates. First of all, they're uncelebrated. Nobody has huge graduations or celebrations for people that graduate from trade schools. People sleep on them, right? I think we're invisible. But when you look at the paychecks, when you look at the lifestyles of people who become electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, it's easy to see who had the smarter plan in a lot of different decisions. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody that invested $40,000 to $70,000 with a 4-year degree. Compare them to somebody that spent $18,000 to $25,000, what they're going to make over the next 5 years. The average electrician or plumber or HVAC technician that successfully transitions into the workforce full time pays off their educational debt in less than 3 years. Let's look at this. First of all, you got to do your homework. You can go to the Department of Labor and Industry and you can look at all of the wages, salaries for every occupation that we have in this country. You can look at the rates and the salaries that they make. You can look at the rate of growth over the next 2 to 4 years. And then you can look at what's required to get into that field. So when you compare mechanical building trades to a lot of occupations that I would probably say are soft skills, you can easily see the math that you get a higher return on your investment and it's a lower opportunity cost when you decide to go into the trades.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Listen, my name is Harold Deloach and I approve this message.
Now you nailed it, Harold. You nailed it, man. And and I just want to add to that too, Howard. When we talk about essential workers, and we're not comparing the trades to our police and to our firemen and to our nurse and to our frontline workers, but the fact of the matter is that you're not going to build a house without a roof. The fact of the matter is that you're plumbing. You hit it earlier about electrical. During this pandemic, if your electric goes out at your house, you need an essential worker to show up. And that's going to be an electrician because you need to get back up. If your toilet and your sink and your plumbing fixtures are not operating, you cannot stay in that house, days on end without that working. So the trades are always going to be here. They're not going anywhere. And it may, technology is going to make it get, better, but hands-on trades are not going anywhere. So the opportunity, not only to get in the industry that you can make good money doing, but an industry that's going to be here for a while. CJ?
Folks, I love it. I love it. And so what we're talking about here is that phase one, right? I'm making the choice of what to do with the rest of my life. What choice am I going to make? Where am I going to put my energy and my time? And what's the return on that investment going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where it gets like one of those late night TV shows. Wait, there's more, right? There's more benefits to going into the trades, because there's also a path to entrepreneurship and ownership through the trades that doesn't exist in a lot of these other choices. Tracy, speak to that.
Yeah, no, you nailed it, CJ. So just think about this, and like I said, I wrote it in the book, From the Block to the Boardroom. Just think about this. Me coming home from jail in 1993, no college education, high school diploma, to actually luck up on a job in the trade as a roofer, making very good money. Back then we were doing school construction, and how you probably know, doing school construction, you get paid union wages. So we were making great money, man. But the ability to take what I've learned, and within 2.5 years, labor, mechanic, foreman, supervisor, 2.5 years, I'm supervising 28, 29 guys, and quit to start my first business. You're not going to do that, in some of these other college educational programs that you get into. You're just not going to do it. So the opportunity for ownership, the opportunity for entrepreneurship, the opportunity for you to really get into the market and really make some money, it's in the trades. It's just no getting around that, CJ, and I think you nailed it on that point.
Yeah. Harold, give us your insights on that transition from tradesperson to owner. What was that like for you?
It was, well, first of all, CJ, you would have to start tapping into our history, how we have gotten to build a friendship over 25 years. But so the entrepreneurial spirit is innate within me. So it was an easy transition. So the time that I spent in the construction industry working for other contractors was with a plan. And to be honest with you, I do a better job of anybody else rewarding me and myself for my efforts. Okay. So like, I'm not going to talk too much trash about anybody else that I've worked for in the past, but I think I do a better job at rewarding myself as I make advances in that industry, in that job, and, the service that I provided for their customers. I think I can probably do a really good job for myself. So that was a no-brainer. So everything that I go into with a long-term plan. It's to build resources along the way. Well, I want to throw a few other tidbits out there. One thing I would like to say is the trades, would you say, Tracy, would you agree, are less discriminating? For some reason, it's a little easier to make advancements strategically based on how much more training and education you get. It almost seems like it's easier to advance or transition into the workforce, and it seems like you have less barriers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think you nailed it, man. For me to move up 2.5 years, and I took classes along that way also to increase my knowledge in the roofing industry. But to do that all within 2.5 years and then make the decision to quit just shows you what you just said, Howard, the opportunity for advancement, the opportunity to move up. And sometimes it's all about the hustle. What I've learned in the trades, if you can show up every day, early, stay late, work hard, you can do very well in the trades. Because dependability is one of the major things that is so important when you talk about contractors and general contractors coming into people's house to do work. Being there and being on time is important. So if you can nail that down, you're well on your way, man. And it's a great opportunity.
Okay. Folks, thank you so much. Harold, as always, you are a guest that brings knowledge, brings practical experience, and also brings a plan for us that we can look at and use in our own lives. So thank you for being a part of this exciting episode. Tracy, as always, pleasure working with you. And to our listeners, thanks for being here. We will see you next time on Street Startups. Peace.